Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. I am your MC, Cool. See the name? It's McCool.
Other side.
Really?
Yep.
That's so funny. On my screen, it's over here. Well, in any event, I'm Sarah, and I am here with our amazing eFamilies team to bring you our next Q&A and just a chance to get to see the faces and know the different people who have been hanging out with the kids of Element. So I'm going to kick things off by asking each of you to introduce yourself and let us know how long you've been attending Element. So why don't we go this way first, which for me is Stephanie.
Okay. I am Stephanie Tracy. I have been attending Element, I first started back in 2010, I believe. I took a little bit of a break and came back because I missed it. Been attending consistently now for about 4 years, I believe.
That's awesome. And we're glad you came back. All right, Jenna?
I'm Jenna Hickert. Do you want me to say what I do?
Not yet.
Okay, no.
Jumping ahead.
I'm Jenna Hickert. I've been coming to Element for about 9.5 years.
Awesome. And last but not least?
Yeah, I guess that leaves me. I'm Cory Morris. I've been attending Element since the lawn chair bucket days, so way back when. But me and my wife did move 2012, and we just recently got back in 2018. So there's a good middle chunk that we missed, unfortunately.
It's cool because Stephanie and Cory are diagonal for me. So you guys are the ones that came running back. All right. Well, we're going to jump and kind of find out what it is that each of you do for eFamilies. But before I get into that, I was hoping maybe one of you, some of these questions will be directed to all of you. Some of you will each have a chance, and some, if one of you answer it, then I think we'll be pretty good with moving on. But if one of you wants to kind of describe what is eFamilies, it's a term we throw around in the big church, but unless people actually have kids, part of the ministry, they may not even understand what team you are on.
I'll speak, or Jenna.
You go, Cory.
Okay. eFamily is specifically a ministry designed to, first and foremost, share the gospel with children from infancy all the way up to the end of high school, and to equip families to foster faith within their family.
So we allow them to know Jesus, grow with Jesus, and then show Jesus to those around them. So that's our motto, is know, grow, show.
Love it. I love it. You guys sound like you rehearsed. A little bit. All right. So, Steph, since we haven't heard from you, what do you do for eFamily, and why did you decide to become part of eFamilies?
Well, it's a group effort, but my official title is Children's Ministry Coordinator. I create lessons and the set design and materials that we might use for the lessons. Jenna and I, our jobs kind of roll hand in hand, so we're usually not solo in anything that we do. And the reasoning for joining in AA was asked, of course, by Christy. But I've always just loved working with children, and in some way I've always been involved, whether it's babysitting, nannying, teaching, helping in some manner. It's a good fit and I love it.
I think it's a pretty good fit too. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Who didn't silence their phone for this call? Oh my goodness. Okay, Jenna, as the longest member of eFamilies, why don't you go next?
So I am the Sunday morning coordinator. So I coordinate Sunday mornings. So that involves prepping the rooms, setting everything up for teachers, making sure we have teachers, coordinating all of our volunteers. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. So I actually started working in the nursery like 7-ish years ago. And then Christy just kind of asked me if I wanted to start supervising. And so I started supervising, and then it just kind of like steamrolled into this like job that I had no idea I wanted to do, but God was like, all right, here you go. It's perfect for you. You went to school to work with children. You've always been involved with the church. And so let's make a job for you that's perfect. And so it just became this like amazing career that I didn't even know I wanted to do. So I enjoy every aspect of it. Like Sunday mornings, I literally live for them. Like, yeah, it's a blast.
That's awesome. Isn't it amazing how God plucks you right up and puts you exactly where he wants you?
Yeah. Yeah.
On that note, Cory.
I work in high school ministry. I'm the coordinator actually for high school ministries. And then I play a supportive role oftentimes with middle school ministry as well. I have worked in youth ever since I was in youth. I was the weird kid that wasn't friends with many, but instead just wanted to show up and support youth in any way that I could. So that's kind of where it started for me, was in youth. So 16, 17.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Tanya.
Okay, well, taking a break from the serious stuff. Actually, this might be the most hard-hitting question I have for each of you, and I have it catered to each of you. So because I know Cory loves to be put on the spot, I'm going to put him first. Cory, we are locked down in COVID. Who knows if or when we'll ever leave our homes again. If you could only play one video game for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Goodness gracious. That's tough. I'm on 2 right now, and it could change depending on, where the seasons go. But I've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare Warzone, and then Apex Legends. So I do the online gamings.
Nerd.
So somewhere in between those two.
Nerd.
They should put them together somehow.
Okay. They both sound very violent, so I've never heard of either of them.
Yeah.
All right, Jenna, here's yours.
Okay.
One show to binge forever.
The Office. That's not even a hard question. 100% The Office.
I have never even watched a single episode of The Office.
What?
It's always on. I literally quote it daily. It's pretty bad. It's a sickness.
Okay. And Steph, you can only pick one craft.
Wreath making.
Wreath making. And with such conviction. Didn't even hesitate.
I'm really worried about what my catered question was.
So good.
You know what? Every season needs a wreath.
Right?
So yours will get to change all the time.
Wow.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I want to hear if any of you have a favorite memory of working with the kids in your time that you've been on staff, or even if when you were volunteering, or just something that's happened with our Element family that helps people see why we love the kids so much, and not just because they're mine. I mean, mine and Jenna's.
Favorite memory?
I honestly, and it's ironic that you said that, because it does involve one of yours, Sarah.
The one that, hopefully not the one you can hear screaming right now.
It's a sweet moment. I think I told you about it before. But it was just in the pre-K room, and I remember asking a question when teaching, and I don't even remember what the question was, but it was something in regards to specifics about the Bible story that day. And sweet little Evie, she just, with such conviction, she just raised her hand like she knew exactly what the answer was. I was like, "Hey, Evie, what's the answer?" And she's like, "Jesus."
Yes.
I'm like, yes, Jesus is always the answer. And I love that. I absolutely love how, like, they can't get the answer wrong.
Uh-huh.
Right? As long as they answer Jesus, they can't answer wrong.
If you're going to shout one thing in Sunday school, daughter, please let it be Jesus. Aw. Jenna, how about you?
I'm trying to think of like one in particular one. I definitely have, so I have this one memory where I was teaching in elementary, and I made the mistake of asking a kid afterwards how I did, and he's like, "Hey, you did good. You did good." I'm like, "Okay, did you understand the lesson?" He's like, "Yeah, but like maybe next time just like a little more." And I was like, "Okay." But it's just so fun, like creating the relationships with these kids to be able to like joke around with them and have them be honest with you. And I also like, I love the relationships I've built with the families throughout the years. Like when I had my daughter and I had a meal train and I had people literally emailing to like extend it because they were just so ecstatic that I had finally had my little miracle baby. But B, it's just the amount of love that people like pour on you when you like cultivate these relationships. I think it's one of my favorite things is, so it's not really a memory, but it's like a favorite thing.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
perfect. And Cory, you've gotten to go to camp and mission trips and all kinds of stuff. So surely there's a memory in there.
Yeah, I have a hard time in general when someone makes me like narrow down one thing, which is why when you ask me for one game, I pick two. I just have a really hard time. But there's been many moments, because I'm not picking one, basically any of the moments I have where a student is willing to be upfront and honest, and those opportunities where you get to see God moving and students growing, every one of those moments brings me back to this is why I'm here. This is why I work at Element. This is why Element does what Element does. Anytime a student is just willing to grow and you see God moving, it's the best.
That's really special. And you've also had an opportunity, I think more than pretty much anybody on staff, to really build those relationships with the Delta High School students. And see some great things. Can you share a little bit in case people don't know like what we were doing pre-COVID with Delta?
Yes. So pre-COVID, when we were allowed to be on campus, and that's where students was on campus, we had a supportive role for a club called Game On, where we met once a week. We were able to feed the students, and we were able to create an environment where we could get to know each other. We would play games every week. It typically ended up being Uno for some reason. Students love the game of Uno, even though they all get mad and frustrated during it, they love it. But whether it be Uno or video games or, whatever was going on that week, it was always a good time hanging out at Delta and supporting Delta.
That's neat. And I specifically remember how excited you got last October. There was a student who came not only to the murder mystery night, but also to pumpkin killing.
That's right. Yeah.
And so it's really neat to see those relationships, like Jenna talked about, just being cultivated. And that's what our goal is here. And that's what our mission is to be in our community and building relationships and letting those relationships grow into what they are. So now we are here in COVID and we are locked down again, 2.0 lockdown. I called it the reclosing because everybody kept calling it reopening when we were allowed to go back. So now instead of reopened, we're reclosed. No? All right, thanks.
So good. So good.
So Steph, why don't you explain a little bit about what eFamilies has put together to relaunch this reclose?
Well, we are kind of upped the game a little bit. We are creating more of an interactive video lesson for our elementary and pre-K lessons. So you'll be able to see some of our faces, Jenna and I in particular, and some of our volunteers, hopefully, that have taught in the past. I know a lot of the kids and the volunteers have been missing each other as well and haven't thus seen each other at all since the closures. But we've created these videos, and it's a new content as well. And we've created these take-home kits as well that will kind of go along with the lesson and kind of bring it more into your home rather than just kind of, okay, well, what do we do? But yeah, we're really, really excited about it. And those will be coming out on Sunday.
Yay. So people will be seeing this on Friday. It is Tuesday today. I had no idea what day it was. So I know that you guys have put together packets and you're having designated pickup times for the packets so that there can be things and interaction during the video on Sunday or whenever they decide to watch it. So
we also are creating have created a eFamily YouTube channel so that if you don't have kids, you don't have to like constantly get notifications from us too. So go find it, follow us, subscribe.
Yes, we will make sure to link to this video, both the eFamily Facebook group, because I know that that is one of your main hubs of communication, as well as your guys' YouTube. And I just want to thank you guys for letting me put you in the hot seat. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. You've survived.
You survived.
Doing okay, everybody?
My children and my family just like being really loud, so I'm really hoping you guys haven't heard any of it.
I don't even know what's happening on the other side of the door right now. I'm guessing it's food related, but
yeah.
So thanks again for being good sports, and tune in next time to see who we put in the hot seat next. Bye.
Bye.